Hey, it's your Professional here, and today we're going to be looking at which Titan loadout is best for hunting down and killing those pesky pilots. Always jumping around and whatnot, I'm sick of it. We'll look at some weapons, some chassis, anything that's good at boosting up that kill-death ratio. We're talking about getting tons of kills while you run around safe and cozy in that Titan of yours, so let's jump right in. So like I said, in this video, I'm going to be focusing on what the best Titan setup is for killing pilots. Now, to me, that means that mobility is huge because you want to be close enough to the action where you can snipe pilots most effectively, but you want to be far enough away to completely avoid any of those Titan battles. So in this video, I'm going to tell you right off the bat what my favorite Titan chassis is for that mobility. And if you play Titanfall at all, you probably know where I'm going with this. My favorite is obviously the Strider. Now, the Atlas is still really good at killing pilots, it's just not as good as the Strider in my opinion. I say that because in Titanfall you really need to be watching out for those other Titans, which are really the primary threats in this game. So when I see an enemy Titan while I'm in my Atlas, my natural instinct is to fight it. I throw in my damage core if I have it, then I use my 2 dashes to dodge attacks so that I can win that 1v1. In the Strider, if I have another Titan in my sights and he's looking like he wants to pick a fight, I'm out of there before he even has a chance to process that I was there in the first place. Then I'm instantly looking for pilots again. You see the difference there? In the Ogre and in the Atlas, I'm always on the lookout for other Titans to fight. But the Strider's so fast that I can focus all my attention on killing pilots and avoiding those other Titans so that I can always be on the move. So for the rest of this footage, we'll be watching gameplay where I'm solely focused on killing pilots and literally running away from other Titans. Sounds kind of wimpy to always be running away from Titan fights, but if you think about it, you can very quickly kill 5 or 6 pilots in the time it takes to kill just one Titan. So a lot of the times I find that I'm actually helping my team more when I let my teammates deal with the enemy Titans so that I can focus on killing all their pilots. That way they can't even get into their Titans in the first place. So let's take a look at the Titan health models that you can find on simfic.com. Looking at the Strider, you can see how little health it has compared to the Atlas and Ogre Titans. 2,500 less than the Atlas, 5,000 less than the Ogre. So with that health disadvantage, there's obviously the mobility and speed boost to keep you alive a little bit longer when you're running with the Strider. But there are certain times and certain maps where you won't always be able to get away from other Titans. And honestly, in those maps, I just go with the Atlas because you can probably survive a little bit longer with that 2,500 health bonus. Plus with the Atlas, you have a much better chance of winning a straight up 1v1. But that's not what we're talking about. Stay on track, bro. The point I'm trying to make is that you need to know what map you're playing on, and if it's a small one with a lot of choke points, I would recommend the Atlas because you can hunt pilots but not die every single time you round a corner. But let's focus on the Strider and how to play with it. One important note is that the Strider's speed and acceleration bonuses are definitely better than the other Titans, but the biggest advantage comes with the recharge speed of your dashes. You obviously get 3 dashes instead of 2 or 1, which is already awesome, but those 3 dashes then recharge a full second faster than the others, which is a really big advantage when you already have more to begin with. In fact, the Strider moves so fast that a lot of times you'll get kills by running over pilots on accident just because you should be moving so fast and so quickly in the Strider at all times. If you aren't dashing, you should always be sprinting. Definitely take advantage of that speed. Here I'll throw up the Simfic stats on the chain gun primary weapon. You unlock this gun right off the bat in Titanfall, and if I weren't going for regen requirements, I would probably use this weapon 95% of the time. It really is that good at killing pilots. I mean, just look at the damage model. It does 100 damage max and then 85 lower. So that means up close it'll take 2 bullets to kill a pilot, but even when you're sniping, it'll never take more than 3. And this is a massive machine gun that shoots 600 rounds per minute. So out of all the primary Titan weapons, the chain gun is definitely my favorite for killing pilots. My second runner-up would probably be the arc cannon because you can chain those kills together, but it's more difficult to land shots, and unless you charge it up quite a bit, it won't one-shot a pilot. I've actually had that happen quite a bit where I'll charge the arc cannon up just a little bit and then I'll get a hit marker. Like seriously, a giant cannon shooting electricity isn't enough to kill a pilot? But anyways, that's why I choose the chain gun over the others. The only real beef that I have with the chain gun is that I feel like I'm always reloading with it. The original drum magazine that comes with the chain gun will carry 60 rounds, and then once you're out you have to wait 4.6 seconds, which is actually a really long time. So as far as attachments go, I like to run with the extended magazine. I tried out the accelerator for a pretty long time, but I think that's really meant for Titan versus Titan combat, and that's not what we're going for here. Without the accelerator, the chain gun shoots those first few bullets really quickly, which is usually exactly what I need when I'm hunting pilots. Most of the time in Titanfall, when you see a pilot, you get a very small window of opportunity to actually get that kill. So I can't afford the wait time until the accelerator picks up and gets to that maximum speed. Now for the ordnance, when you're just looking to get those pilot kills, you don't want something that requires a lock, because obviously you can't lock onto pilots. So I go with the cluster missile, which has come in handy many a times when a pilot ducks back into a building and I just can't reach him with the chain gun. So I shoot a cluster missile into the window or wherever it is, walk away, and just wait for that kill. The rocket salvo can also be a good option, but I feel like I miss with more of those rockets than I actually hit. So it feels like a waste of an ordnance for me, but that's probably just personal preference and playstyle. But as you can see in a lot of these clips, I'm going 15-1, 14-3, 30-5 in this last CTF match. But the thing is, I'm also winning the majority of these matches as well. And that's because, yes, I enjoy getting high kill death ratios, but my primary focus is on winning, and it just so happens that if all the enemy pilots are dead, you tend to win more. Now, you will see me focusing on other Titans in some of this footage just a little bit, and that's because it's just not in me to only hunt for pilots if my team needs my help in some other way. So I'll try to put some extra damage on enemy Titans wherever I can, as long as there are no pilots that I could be shooting at. In attrition, you could probably get away with completely ignoring everything but pilots, but if you're in capture the flag or hardpoint, you're going to have to get a few extra shots on those enemy Titans, and also probably get out of your Titan occasionally. But at the same time, I'm only engaging other Titans in places where I'm confident that I can dash out of there if I start taking too much damage. So give this TvP Titan versus Pilot loadout a try, play around with it in some different game types and find out what works best for you. This chain gun strider combo is pretty lethal, and I bet if you take the time to master it, you're going to seriously improve your game. Trust me, I'm a professional.
Oh.